Welcome to Zenful Conversations. Thank you for coming by. Thank you for supporting this community, sharing your energy and love here. It is felt and appreciated. We're here in this group every single day, in this community every single day. And what day is today? Today is 1808, 1808, day 1808. And we are here receiving the message offered to us by Mark Nepo in the Book of Awakening. This is a powerful conversation already. I will say, being that this is the 6th year that we're doing this, I feel different with this conversation than I have the other ones. They've all been really good, great conversations and brought a lot to the table, each one. But this one is feeling just delightfully magical already. Usually it takes a little bit of time to get going. This one's freaking laying it out right away. This one is asking us to put down the stimulation and excitement for a few breaths. It's asking us to put it all down, set it all down, and listen. The Book of Awakening by Mark Nepo. The book is described as having the life you want by being present to the life you have. And today, the message we are offered to sit with is titled Life in the Tank. Life in the Tank. St. Augustine said, "Love and do what thou wilt." It was a curious thing. Robert had filled the bathtub and put the fish in the tub so he could clean their tank. After he'd scrubbed the film from the small walls of their make-believe deep, he went to retrieve them. He was astonished to find that though they had the entire tub to swim in, they were huddled in a small area the size of their tank. There was nothing containing them, nothing holding them back. Why wouldn't they dart about freely? What had life in the tank done to their natural ability to swim? This quiet yet stark moment stayed with both of us for a long time. We couldn't help but see those little fish going nowhere but into themselves. We now had a life in the tank lens on the world and wondered daily, in what ways are we like them? In what ways do we go nowhere but into ourselves? In what ways do we shrink our world so as not to feel the press of our own self-imposed captivity? Whoa, ladies, let's hear that again. In what ways do we shrink our world so as not to feel the press of our own self-imposed captivity? Life in the tank made me think of how we are raised at home and in school. It made me think of being told that certain jobs are not acceptable and that certain jobs are out of our reach, of being schooled to learn to live a certain way, of being trained to think that only practical things are possible, of being warned over and over that life outside the tank of our values is risky and dangerous. I began to see just how much we were taught as children to fear life outside the tank. As a father, Robert began to question if he was preparing his children for life in the tank or life in the uncontainable world. Pause, think about that. What does that mean? Notice what we're feeling. Notice what we're feeling. What are we experiencing? It makes me wonder now in middle age if being spontaneous and kind and curious are all parts of our natural ability to swim. Each time I hesitate to do the unplanned or unexpected, or hesitate to reach and help another, or hesitate to inquire into something I know nothing about, each time I ignore the impulse to run in the rain, or to call you up just to say I love you, I wonder, am I turning on myself? Swimming safely in the middle of the tub. Oh, these messages are powerful. And so I mentioned I was cranky this morning, and I realized I waited too long to do the message. Let's see, there was a couple powerful little things here. In what ways do we shrink our world so as not to feel the press of our own self-imposed captivity? And then this. It makes me wonder now in middle age if being spontaneous and kind and curious are all parts of our natural ability to swim. Each time, can you feel this? Each time I hesitate to do the unplanned or unexpected, or hesitate to reach and help another, or hesitate to inquire into something I know nothing about. Each time I ignore the impulse to run in the rain or to call you up just to say I love you, I wonder, am I turning on myself, swimming safely in the middle of the tub? These are such powerful messages. So we're offered a moment of meditation to let this message be fully absorbed before we go back to our craziness in life. So if you're available to close your eyes, do so. If not, just listen and maybe come back some other time. Sit quietly until you feel thoroughly in your center. So to me, to get thoroughly in my center, I like to adjust the sits bones, make sure that I'm feeling grounded and held and supported. And then I like to adjust anything, clothing, bra strap, hair, pillow, whatever's behind you. You want to feel the weight of the body. I want to feel the weight of my body equally distributed from side to side. And this allows me to feel balanced and centered. So with my eyes closed and I'm drawing inward, I feel supported, held, and grounded, and I feel balanced and centered. And I like to breathe into that because that's something that's very cool in the time we live in, to feel grounded, held, supported, balanced, and centered. But that's what our practice can do. Allow yourself to get in your center. Now rise. Wait, it says your eyes are open, sorry. Sit quietly until you feel thoroughly in your center. Now rise and slowly walk about the room that you're in. Mindful walking. Meditative walking. Walking meditation. Now walk close to the walls of your room and meditate on life in your tank. Think about that. So he's asking us to feel the walls that surround us in the room that we're in and feel. Meditate on life in your tank. Breathe clearly and move to the doorway and meditate on the nature of what is truly possible in life. Now step through the doorway and enter your day. Step through your day and enter the world. I love these messages this year. Journaling prompt is offered to us by Zen Mirrors. The 365 spiritual journal awareness questions for the soul. And for this day 9 of this year, there's a little quote, Augustine of Hippo. Do you wish to rise? Begin by descending. You plan a tower that will pierce the clouds. Lay first the foundation of humility. Augustine of Hippo. So our journaling prompt for today is asking us, What is your foundation? What are your values for life? We need a good foundation. I actually think the past 5 years of conversation have laid a nice foundation for us with some good stuff. We had a lot going on there in those 5 years. And this one is going to let us understand it if we practice. So the question today, the journal prompt today is, what is your foundation? What are your values for life? Think about that. Write them down. I'm in awe of this conversation that has come our way this year. Thank you, Mark Nepo, for this offering, and thank you, ladies, for being here in this community, learning and growing together in deep and honest gratitude. Namaste. I want to say namaste at the end of this. I want to tell you tomorrow. I wanted to make sure I mentioned tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern, we're going to have our conversation via Zoom with psychic medium Connie Fusella. She comes highly recommended, and she has specialized training in something that's not the norm. And I have had other people reach out to me that have had experiences with Connie and say she's the real deal. And she's going to give out some free readings during this conversation. So join us tomorrow. If you don't get my Zen email, please give me your email address and let me send it to you. These offerings are for women only. And I just need your email address. So message me your email address. And then also tomorrow on this Wednesday, January 10th, as recorded, tomorrow is January 10th, Wednesday, January 10th. Dr. Darcy Lord is having this beginning up part of her 3-part series, which are free. This 3-part series is free. She does have another program that I think she has coming up. I'm not sure the full details on that yet. That one will be a paid offering, which if you can, please, let's support our girl. But and us by what we get through it, from it. But this one is a 3-part free offering. So it's 3 different sessions, and they're free, all 3 of them. But the first one begins tomorrow night at Wednesday, January 10th. And I'm not sure the time. I think it's 7 p.m. But just wanted to make sure we mentioned those. Those are tomorrow, Wednesday, January 10th. So if you have any questions, please let me know. See if anybody is. Oh, Kelly, you're a sweetheart. They are in a row. Yeah. All right, girls. See you tomorrow. Thanks again. Namaste.